Hey, what's going on, family? What's going on? It's Brother 𝐁𝐫𝐴 here with just a short topic on how to create your dreams while managing your current life. Um, Give me just a second. All right, all right, all right. Okay, get out of here. All right, yo. So I just wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about, how to create your dreams while managing your current life. A lot of the times when we're going through our lives, whether you are a entrepreneur, solopreneur, whether you are beginning your entrepreneur journey, whether you just want to do something different, you're changing careers, it really doesn't matter. A lot of the times we feel overwhelmed, burdened, and we kind of feel stuck, right? I know when I first started my journey, and it wasn't even into entrepreneurship, it was really just into my own development, into digging into who and what I was. I felt burdened most of the time. I felt overwhelmed. I felt stressed when I got off my job. I was tired. I felt burnt out. I didn't have no energy to do anything. My health started suffering. I wasn't eating correctly. I didn't feel like I had enough time or the energy to even focus. All right. And so it took a few little tips that I'm going to share with you all today to get out of that, that box and transition over into what I call the range, right? So now you're able to see that there's more than just what is currently in front of you. And when you're in that box mentality, like you're trapped, it can be pretty difficult to hop out of it. So hopefully at the end of this live, it's not going to be too long, maybe 5-8 minutes. You'll be able to get out the box. So those are the things that I struggled with, and I know a lot of people do. So rule number one, or step number one, that you must understand and understand, is this: you have to take responsibility. It's nobody else's job. The universe is not attacking you. Nobody is actually attacking you, or rather, it's not their fault that you're in these situations. You have to learn to take responsibility. You have to learn that. And it took me a very long time, and sometimes it's an uncomfortable conversation and situation to realize that you have to take responsibility. Now, I read a post the other day, and it was very profound. It was very powerful, and I want to share it with y'all. And it's this: not everything that happens to you is because of you. A lot of people say you attract what you are, or whatever the case may be. That's not always the case. Shout out to 𝐈𝐧𝐶 the God. Go ahead and give him a follow. There's a variety of variables that make up life. There are a variety of them, and sometimes you just happen to be at the crux of these many variables. So I'm not telling you it's your fault, but it is your responsibility to get yourself out of this situation. The best way to do that is taking responsibility, and the way you take responsibility is by realizing and honing in on your power that this is your life. This is your life. And the moment you recognize this is your life, it allows you to figure out what direction you want to go, which is step two: get clear on where you want to go, right? Give me just a second, family. There we go. Get clear on where you want to go. This is key. This cannot be overstated. This can't be skipped. A lot of people don't get clear on where they want to go, and they wonder why they're not where they want to be. Well, you're not clear. The universe responds to direction. The universe responds to ideas. It responds to concepts. And you don't have to go ahead and jump to your end goal right away. You could begin, start getting clear on these small steps. So maybe instead of saying, I want to be free from my 9 to 5, because you don't know exactly what you want to be doing, or maybe I want to have more happiness in my relationships, maybe you could start a lot smaller, like, you know what, I would like to have 2 more hours a week to myself, right? So that's what I mean by getting clear, building that clarity for yourself. This is very key. Before I keep moving on, I want to just, see if anybody has any questions for me before I continue on. Are there any questions? If there are, go ahead and drop them in the chat. I'll go ahead and respond to them right now while I'm live, because this is a major key to transitioning your life from where it's at to where you want to be. So go ahead and drop those questions if you have any. Peace, Earth Goddess. I appreciate you interacting. Thank you for hopping on today. I do appreciate it. Okay, I'll take it as there's no questions. The last thing that you have to learn to do, and this is the best way to create your dreams, right? So now you have the dream, right? So one, you took the power. Now you have the dream. This is the third part. This is the key part. Prioritize. You must learn to prioritize your life. And what do I mean by that? Look, your business is your business, and your career is your career, and all that good jazz. This is like, these are things that most people juggle. The more important thing is your personal goals and your personal aspirations. Why is that the most important? Because this is what's going to push you forward in life. This is what's going to allow you to keep moving forward in life. If you don't prioritize yourself, you will always be pushed to the back burner, and your fuel will always be drained. The idea, the goal is to never be drained. What you do day in and day out, or at least a majority of your day, should fill you back up instead of emptying you out. So you have to learn to prioritize yourself first. And what about self, right? One, this is where the dreams come into place. Don't just give me your dreams, or don't just write dreams in relation to a business or a career. Write your dreams for your life. What does your ideal life really look like? What does your dream life look like? Where are you going? What are you doing? How does your routines going? What is your daily flow? Get crystal clear on those things, and then begin to prioritize doing those over anything else. Yes, you got to get to work. Yes, X, Y, Z. But I'm going to tell you this. Look, if you wake up late one day and you know you're going to be late, take the time to do your routine anyway, because you're already late. You're already late. So take the time to do your routine. Prioritize routines for yourself. Your routine doesn't have to be anything outside of, waking up and meditation. Maybe you do a 5-minute prayer. Maybe you do 5 minutes of journaling. It could be longer, it could be shorter, but this is all about you. So you have to learn to prioritize the things that are going to be most important to getting you to your biggest goal. Because when you prioritize those things that are most important to you, what you start doing is you start changing your energetic vibration. Right? So you have an ideal life, you have an ideal dream life, and that's sitting and that's present at a certain vibrational frequency. You get into alignment with that vibrational frequency by prioritizing your actions to match that frequency, right? So that's where all these really run in harmony with each other. One, it's responsibility. So you have to realize that you have the power to change everything. Number two, you need to get clear on a dream or a goal that you have that allows you to get that power that you just harnessed and focus in a specific direction. And then three is prioritizing. So now you are actually putting that effort and that action at the forefront of your day instead at the back burner, right? Instead of having that action as a if I can get to it type of deal, it's I'm going to do this and everything else is second. So if you start doing these things and you start making this transition, you will quite literally start creating your dreams while managing your current life. And eventually they will merge into one. Your life will be your dream because you're thinking it. And this is, I'm going to end it with this, all is mind, right? So if all is mind, that means everything is your thoughts, and thoughts become actions, actions become habits, habits become character, and character becomes your destiny. So if you understand that and understand that, you will start with the thoughts and you work your way down. But that's it, family. I'm going to stay on here for one more minute just to see if anybody has any questions. If you have them, drop them in there so I can answer them in real time. Go. '408, I appreciate you. Thank you for interacting. Always happy to drop tips. What part? The whole flow of the thoughts? Your habits turn into your character, and then your character turns into your destiny. Alright? So thoughts turn into words, words turn into actions, actions turn into your character turns into your destiny. Because your character is what you consistently do. That becomes character, and what you consistently do will lead to a specific destination, which is your destiny. You can change your destiny by changing your character, so on and so forth. Walk backwards, right? So this is why responsibility, clarity, and priorities are so important, because now you start at the root instead of addressing, a branch. Family, thank you for joining me. I will talk to you all later. Have a great weekend. Do something that's important to you. Prioritize your love. Prioritize your self-care. Prioritize your dreams. Peace. How do you end this?